and then I find these grapes, which also look good, and
He's eating the grapes.
It's not bad here, Fester. You want it?
Fester will eat.
I'll try a grape. Yeah.
Froggy's getting nauseous. All right, so Coop, let's go. This is great. So yesterday, I did a story on the program yesterday, and the headline was, I went dumpster diving at my local Whole Foods and found $1,000 worth of fresh baked goods and produce and other items. This is audio from the video of this TikToker by the name of Dumpster Diving Freegan. Listen.
This is everything that I found in one night at one location. There are nearly 100 loaves or packages of bread here, and this is just part one. We also found cases of olive oil, brand new baby food, toilet paper, and so much more.
All right, so obviously you get a story like this, I got to send one of the cast members of the MJ Morning Show to a Whole Foods locally and start dumpster diving to see what we can score there. And Coop, I didn't tell you where to go. I just said, go to Whole Foods, and I want you to dumpster dive and see what you can find. And, of course, Coop is our producer here on the show. Coop, tell us what happened.
So I show up to the Whole Foods in Clearwater, and at first I'm like, all right, I'm going to go inside to see what kind of merchandise they have, because I don't really shop at Whole Foods that often.
Because?
A little pricey. I'm,
Well,
I go to Winn-Dixie. You have my Winn-Dixie card.
How about Aldi?
Got the buy one, get one. Oh, Aldi, it's not near my house, so Winn-Dixie is.
How about Jerry Scratch and Dent in Temple Terrace?
Hey, you know what? I might have to do that next week because funds are a little low. But
that's
anyway.
Jerry Scratch and Dent. Man, I'll tell you, like a 99-cent can of corn, it's got a little dent in it, it's 12 cents. Jerry Scratch and Dent.
Okay,
yeah.
So,
all right, go ahead.
So I'm walking around Whole Foods trying to get an idea of what I might see in the dumpster.
You know that Whole Foods earned the nickname of Whole
Foods?
No, he doesn't know.
Whole Foods for years, people have called it whole paycheck.
Oh,
you're gonna blow your whole paycheck in Whole Foods. Why do you think Jeff Bezos bought the place? You know?
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, go ahead.
So I finished walking around, and I'm like, all right, let's go see where the dumpster is. And this Whole Foods is connected to a mall. It's Countryside Mall Whole Foods. So I end up finding the trash compactor Whole Foods, but you can't access it from the outside.
Right, and by the way, we talked about this early this morning, like in the 6 o'clock hour. Folks, if you're not hearing the whole show every day, man, can you imagine what you're missing? So we go on the air at 6 a.m., listen to the whole show, and if you can't hear the whole show live, remember, by 11 a.m.?
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
The whole podcast is up at mjmorningshow.com, or we're on all the major platforms. Just search for MJ Morning Show on Q105. Now, if you just search MJ Morning Show, you might get the old podcast that we did prior to coming back on the radio. So make sure you search for MJ Morning Show on Q105, and the show is all compacted into a whole daily podcast by 11 a.m. every single day. But early this morning, we talked about you had an issue at Whole Foods because they had one of those trash compactors or dumpsters that is connected to the building, and there's like a chute. So you're not able to climb in like a normal dumpster. And I had a person text us this morning at 800-990-1047. And again, you can call us anytime or you can text us anytime. 800-990-1047. And we got a text this morning. Hey, MJ, I work for Waste Management, and we have Whole Foods as a national account. They use self-contained packers that can't be accessed from the outside of the building, only when we disconnect the containers. Sometimes they may use regular 4-yard trash containers, but most of the time they have a lot of bars on them so people can't steal food and miscellaneous items. So that's apparently what they have. They have this connected dumpster. But they did have like 7 of those big plastic trash cans like we have at home that the trash trucks come and lift up and put in. So that's where you went diving.
Before I went there, I noticed these employees on break in the back. So there's a cage, and then they're inside the dumpster. And they're, looking at their phones, and they're kind of looking at me funny. But what I've learned from Fester, best scam artist on the show, is that if you look like you know what you're doing,
right,
they don't. They're not as threatened.
Look like you belong.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The Fester axiom is you just go in like you own the place, like you got a clipboard, you know exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then I eventually find the row of like 7 or 8 like garbage bins.
Right behind the Whole Foods at Countryside.
Yep. I hit the jackpot. So here's my bag of goodies that I found.
Okay, so here we go. And by the way, we're videoing this. We'll turn this into a video segment later this afternoon on mjmorningshow.com. So you'll be able to watch us all in the studio on this segment live. We put up numerous clips a day on MJTV on MJMorningShow.com.
So first I thought this was a bust because I look in the first bin and I'm like, okay, all I can find are things like rotten lettuce.
Oh,
gross.
He's,
And if you give it a smell, it's
holding-
bad.
he's holding up lettuce. All right, next.
And then I got this ear of corn, but I don't know. I don't think it's bad.
No,
Like
that looks pretty good.
it looks
Hang on,
fresh.
let me husk. Let me-
Does it?
Let me shuck this.
Listen,
Those are just kind of wilted,
well,
wilted
sometimes
greens on that.
corn, sometimes the silks on the corn browns
Dude,
prematurely.
hey,
Oh,
listen.
look at you with your.
Oh my God, that's fresh. Holy shucks!
This is shucking great.
Shut the shuck
this,
up.
this corn is not shucked up.
MJ, look at it.
This corn is fine.
The
Look,
silks.
Look at this corn.
The silks on it, the little strings on the corn,
All right.
that's turning brown.
No,
so
there's,
it's
there's nothing wrong. All right, what else?
All right, so then I find this like half-eaten orange.
okay. That's not half eaten.
No, that's
They
What
make-
is that?
juice bar, probably.
Yeah, they make fresh
Yeah,
orange juice
that-
out of it. Don't throw it at me.
So you've got the orange rinds, or from the obviously
You could
using the juicers.
use that for make some orange zest
I-
if it calls for it in a recipe.
I guess it was produce day. I don't know if it was a papaya or a what is this? Is it a papaya or a mango?
that a
Anybody want to
mango?
bite?
It's a
I mean, it's kind of
mango.
rotten, but
what
no?
else? What else
All
you
right,
got?
so
So
then we
a
get
lot
to
of-
the good stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
here we
A
go.
lot of
Okay.
fruit.
So yeah, and then I find these bananas.
There's nothing wrong with those
There's
bananas.
nothing wrong with these bananas.
Oh my goodness,
Here.
there's nothing wrong with these. I'm making banana ice cream this weekend. Look at this.
Dumpster
Incorporate
divin.
Coop's
All right, next.
dumpster
All right,
bananas.
and then a couple of avocados. This one's a little mushy.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, here you go.
All right, look at that.
That's perfect.
Make some
Perfect.
guac later. Anybody
Make it
else?
right now.
Follow you.
Hey guys, it's not avocados from Mexico. It's avocados from the trash can behind Whole Foods in Countryside.
That's a little wordy.
Avocados from Countryside.
Avocados from dumpster.
Dumpster dive.
I-
All right, and then I find these grapes, which also look good, and
he's, he's eating the grapes.
it's not bad. Here, Buster, you want it?
Vegetable.
I'll try it,
All
Greg.
right.
Yeah.
Froggy's getting nauseous. All right.
Pretty
All right,
good.
you got a minute. You got a minute.
Now,
Wrap-
my
wrap-
last item, and I was like, okay, this was worth it. An unopened bag of Parmesan crisps.
What a
my
score!
God.
Yeah.
A total score.
Is there a Best Buy date on there?
Let's
Is it
see.
expired? Why would they throw that away? It's an unopened bag of Parmesan. Oh,
Ba-
you know, maybe somebody returned it and they didn't put it back on the shelf.
If people return food, they can't
Resell it?
resell it.
Best if used by May 21st, 2022.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong with it. I'll even open it.
Open it up.
Yeah,
Open it up.
we can all have some
We
Parmesan
can dip
crisps.
them in the avocado.
How are they? Fester, go on, try them.
I never had these before. A little cracker.
All this food is from the garbage cans behind Whole Foods at Countryside Mall.
Guys, this is great. I might have to do this instead of grocery shopping.
It's
I
really
got
good.
food for the week now.
Look, okay, some of the stuff obviously is turning or in the process of turning, but a lot of it's very usable.
All right, that's it?
That's it.
All right, we got to do this again. We got to hit different Whole Foods. We got to hit different ones around the area.
The awesome video is up right now at MJMorningShow.com.
All right, so Coop shot a video at Whole Foods Countryside. The video is up, and then we'll also put this segment up by what time will the video be up of this on air?
At noon, 11 or noon.
Okay. All
At
right.
the latest.
All on the way. MJ Morning Show, MJMorningshow.com, MJMorningshow.com.